It wouldn't be farming if there weren't challenges, and this year, there have been plenty of them for peanut growers all across the state. It's been quite the uphill climb since day one, when some couldn't plant because it was too wet to get into the fields.
We have had rain from day one. We went through a little bit of a dry spell, but this mainly been wet the entire season. For much of May, we had rain, couldn't plant. So about 35+% of our peanuts were planted the last part of May through June, through the middle of June for certain.
But once growers got their crop in the ground, their worry wasn't over just yet.
We've had a lot of disease issues on peanut this year. Virus is always an issue with us, tomato spotted wilt virus. It wasn't as bad early this year. We do see early season virus symptoms, but there's a lot of late season yellowing, which is another symptom of the virus. And it's just really starting to show up a whole lot now.
One big concern is for the peanuts that were planted late. They still need some time to mature, and time isn't really in their favor.
We have a lot of late planted peanuts, so those peanuts need to be in the field a while yet, and that level of virus incidence will certainly have some impact on the yield in those fields.
They're afraid they may have to dig them early, which could hurt their yields.
The biggest thing is the disease going to cause us to have to harvest a little early? And that's where we're going to get dinged on yield as well as grade if we have to go in and dig them early, because the disease is starting to cause the canopies to decline too rapidly. And so we're keeping a check on that. It hadn't been widespread yet, but we are getting phone calls of that.
Producers this year are also having to deal with a lot of fungal issues from all of the rain.
Our fungal diseases are the worst diseases we have each year, and the wetter it is, the more we have those. So you can imagine this year with the frequent rains going back to June and July and August, we've had rain after rain after rain. And those conditions are ideal for these fungi to grow and infect the plant. So we're seeing a lot of problems really start to occur now.
One big fungus that they're seeing a lot of right now is white mold.
It's a fungus, but it grows below ground. So it takes a little longer for us to see it sometimes. It's there, but you don't always know it's there because it's below ground. And it's starting to be where you can see it pretty clearly above ground, so we know that below ground it's going to be even worse.
However, experts assured me that they think this year could still be a good year for peanuts in Georgia, despite all the challenges they've had this growing season.
Overall, the crop, I think, looks pretty good. I'd rather be dealing with some of these issues than drive around the state and see peanuts that are burned up and having spider mites and lesser cornstalk borer and dying of drought.
As a crop overall, I think we've got a good average crop. We're not going to have the top yields that we have been in certain years. We're probably not going to see those elevated yields, but we're also going to see some places that typically have been yielding low in dry land because they hadn't been getting enough rain. Well, this year they've been getting plenty of rain.
Reporting in Tifton for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.